Are there any questions? Okay, guys, shall we start? Thank you. Any questions? All right. So before break, we did lesson 37, internal consistency. Now we are doing lesson 38, item analysis. So this is the APA result for lesson 37. So now let's go lesson 38. So the purpose of item analysis is to decide which items include or exclude from the scale. So our objective is to select items that will yield a summed score more strongly related to the construct of interest than any other possible set of items. When we do item analysis, your decision about which items to include not only based on correlations between the items and the total scores, and also based on your knowledge about items themselves and how they rationally and theoretically relate to the constructs. So combine your expert knowledge with correlation results from SPSS to make decisions about which items to include or exclude from a scale. The applications of item analysis. First application is to measure of a single construct. So for example, Bob teaches a high school history class with 60 students and would like to item analyze 15 achievement tests. Each item on the test is either 0 or 1, with 0 represent incorrect, 1 represent correct. The scale is the sum of these scored items. So what is the scale in this example? It is just the sum of these scored items. Okay, we just have one single construct, student test mark. And this example, we need to reverse some items, but it is still single construct. Need reverse some items. Mickey has developed a 14-item measure called bias against women. Those are the scale. He asked 100 individuals to respond to these items on a 1 to 5 scale. 1, completely disagree. 5, completely agree. Half of the items are phrased that agreement indicates a bias against women. Okay, so we call those a biased item. The other half are written indicates a lack of bias. So those are unbiased items. So as you can see, the original items have 2 directions. One is a biased item, the other is an unbiased item. So we need to reverse the unbiased item because our objective targeting biased item. So we need to reverse unbiased item. And this is an example. A single construct requires Z transformation. Julie wants to develop a behavioral index of frankness. She has 60 participants in her study for 5 minutes with a stranger. What they like to do in their free time. The index includes 15 behavioral mantras. Those mantras are also called items, such as how far in faith participants stand when talking to a stranger, percent of time smiling, number of sentences initiated by participants, and a 5-point rating of warmth of voice. And this researcher's data file consists of 60 cases, 15 item scores. All 15 scores need to transform to Z score, standard score. In addition, some of the items need to be reverse scaled. For example, the distance in feet participants stand when talking to the stranger will be reversed. So the distance between the interviewer and respondent, because the distance is inversely related to friendliness. Okay? The closer the distance, the more friendly. Okay? The more apart 2 persons stand apart, less friendly. That's why we need to reverse the distance item. Any questions? There is only one assumption under item analysis. So items are related to single factor plus an error. That is the assumption. Now let's look at the data. Teachers were asked to indicate the degree to which they used 10 different approaches to dealing with problems between themselves and their most difficult students. The 10 items are copied in questionnaire shown in table below. The teacher rated each item on a 4-point scale. 1, do not use this approach. 4, use this approach extensively. So those are the data variables, 10 items. We actually familiar with those items. It is used in the previous lessons, okay? So for example, item A represents, I discuss my frustration and feelings with people at school, etc. Okay. I gave you a moment to go over those items to see if you can find some, if you are asked to group those items into groups, how many groups would you like to create? I'll give you a few moments. You can talk with your neighbor. Anyone want to voice your opinion? If you are asked to group these 10 variables, how many groups? We actually did factor analysis. Remember, we are saying there are 2 factors. So the chances are we can group those 10 items into 2 groups. And remember when we did factor analysis, what are those 2 groups? Can anyone recall? We used the same data set in another lesson. Remember, we produced 2 factors. And we give those 2 factors. One is other directed and then self-directed. For example, item A, I discussed my frustrations and feelings with other people. So this is other directed, right? Other directed. Item B, I try to develop step-by-step plan to remediate the problem. So this is self-directed, right? Item C, I express my emotion to my family and close friends. This is other directed, etc., etc. Okay? So this is one way to group. But in this lesson, we have another way to group the items. Okay, we group the item in 2 groups. One group is emotion focused. The other group is problem focused. So these 2 groups could be emotion focused, could be problem focused. Again, we can divide original items into 2 groups. One is emotion focused, the other is problem focused. So let's group item A. I discuss my fractions and feelings with persons at school. What would you want to? So what is item A belong to? Emotion focused or problem focused? Anyone? I would say emotionally focused. Okay, emotionally focused. Next, let's check item B. Item B said, I try to develop step-by-step plan, action to remedy the problem. So this one obviously is problem-based. Did you see it? Okay, so you keep on going. You have 2 groups, emotion-based and problem-based. Okay, so in lesson 38, we are going to discuss 2 possibilities. One, emotion-based, problem-based. 2, other directed, self-directed. Okay, so that is the overarching plan for lesson 38. Okay, those are actually, if you have 2 groups, the theoretical terminology, it is actually, you can call 2 factors or 2 scales or 2 constructs or 2 dimensions. They all refer to same thing, different label, different label, okay? So dimensions, scales, constructs, factors, groups, membership. They are similar concepts, different label, okay? So first, we have our data. Now, what is our research question? We can use a single construct approach, or we can use multiple constructs. In this example, it's actually two constructs. For single construct, should one or more items be deleted or revised to obtain a better measure of active copying? That is our research question 1. And research question 2. Should one or more items be deleted or revised to obtain better measures of emotion-focused copying and problem-focused copying? You see the two constructs here. Emotion-focused, problem-focused. Those are the two constructs. Okay. And it gives you item ACEGI are hypothesized emotion-focused. Item BDFHJ are hypothesized problem-focused copy. Okay. And further to this second question, this is emotion-focused, problem-focused. If our result reject emotion-focused and problem-focused, we need to create another two constructs. Those two constructs are other-directed and self-directed. Okay, those are two constructs. We need to go over those two constructs. If emotion-focused and problem-focused are rejected, as a matter of fact, our result will reject emotion-focused and problem-focused. We'll get into detail. And then we go to other-directed and self-directed. Okay? So there are actually two big questions. One question is single construct. The other question is two constructs. Under two constructs, there are two possibilities. One possibility is emotion-focused, problem-focused. Another probability is other-directed, self-directed. I will give you the final result now. Our final result will select other-directed, self-directed as two constructs. We will reject emotion-focused and problem-focused. I will tell you the reason. Okay, the reason comes from the analysis. Okay, so this gives you a big roadmap, our Yaki picture, what we are going to do with this data. Okay, all right. So let's answer first question, single construct. Single construct. For single construct, let's go to the data first. So I'm going to open lesson 38. We just started lesson 38. Remember, we have 1% in-class participation. I will ask you to submit an output from lesson 38, not all. I will tell you which one. So pay attention to the steps. You need to submit part of the output from lesson 38 as participation mark. Is that clear? We haven't done anything for 38 yet. So this is the chance to help you get started. Get your data file ready. Open lesson 38. Okay. So where is my 38? Yeah, this is my 38. Remember when you open it, you save it in different location, different name, in case something happened. So I will save it in add data. The data file, it is just L38. Yes, questions? Where is my class? Okay, it is here. Any questions? Did I hear a question? No, why I had conversation? Okay. So I will repeat for online students, we need to submit the result from lesson 38, some result, not all, as a 1% participation mark for today. Okay, so please follow my steps. Stop me at any time if you have questions. So this is the 30, no, this is 37. So this is not. Yeah, this is lesson 38. Make sure you have this data. Okay. Have this data. Okay, so what we are going to do with this data, we are going to answer the fourth question, single construct. Should one or more items be deleted or revised? This is the question. Now we want to answer that question. Okay, so you do analyze, scale, reliability analysis. And then you press and hold down Shift, then select the last item so that you select all items by press and hold down Shift and click this arrow. Under the statistics, descriptive for item, scale, inter-item correlation, and then click continue. Continue. Make sure alpha is selected under the model. By the way, you need to know the name of other model. For example, omega, split half, Gatman, parallel, straight parallel, just at conceptual level. Okay. So click OK button. Okay, so now you have this output. I also have output here. This is the output. Try to make this bigger. We got Chromback alpha 0.717. This is good because it is greater than 0.7. Okay. And we have this inter-item correlation matrix. In this correlation matrix, you see some negative number. Did you see some negative number? I see it. Okay. And also, in item total statistics, the corrected item with total correlation, the lowest number is item H, 0.113. The second lowest number is item J, 0.203. Yes?
I don't have that table, so I'm wondering if maybe I missed something.
You don't have this table? Okay, let me see. Yes, if you don't have that table, that is my mistake because I didn't see, I missed one step. So repeat yourself, item, scale, reliability analysis. Okay, reliability analysis. And select all the items, check out the statistics. We missed this one, scale if item deleted. So check out this one, sorry. Scale if item deleted. Check out this one so that you have that item. And click continue, click OK. So you have these total items here. Okay. So let's go back. Other questions? Do I have questions for online students? Yeah. Thank you, Eric. You are always actively participate, Eric. Great job. Yes? Yeah, the question was Chromback alpha, if it is greater than 0.7, it is good, means you have strong internal consistency. If not, greater than 0.7, you need to group the, for example, original number, we have 10 items, you need to make groups and test subset group. Because maybe those items do not belong to one big group, maybe belong to 2 groups, 3 groups. Okay, redo it. Okay, great question. All right. So where is my output? Okay, we are saying this. This is the lowest number. This correlates to the total correlation. So we want to delete item H. We want to delete item H and then rerun this analysis. Why we need to delete item H? Because it has lowest correlation, 0.113. 0.113. Okay. So now let's do this. Delete item H. So go to Analyze, Scale, Reliability Analysis. So to delete item H, you just select H. Select H, click this arrow. You deleted H from this list. You deleted H, you do not have H here. Okay, and now click statistic, repeat yourself. Under descriptive, select item scale, if item deleted, correlation. Click continue, click OK. So now you have this one. Okay, so this time, the lowest number for correlated is 0.178. this time you have, you could, let's check Cronbach alpha, still pretty good, 0.727, okay? So you could still, you can satisfy with this result. If not, you can delete item J to rerun this again, okay? To achieve a greater consistency. So the final conclusion for the first research question. For the first research question, single construct, should we remove one or more items? The answer is yes. Item H, delete item H, delete item H. You could also delete J, so H or H and J, both are okay. Delete those two items or delete just H should be fine to obtain a better measure. So that is our research question 1. Okay. All right. Next, let's answer research question 2. For research question 2, we have 4 stages. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, okay? And those 4 stages, suppose we have 2 constructs. One is emotion focused, the other is problem focused. Forget other directed, self-directed, this is in the later, okay? So for research question 2, we want to use 4 steps, 4 stages, okay, to create 2 constructs. One is emotion focused, the other is problem focused. Is that clear? Okay, 4 stages. Okay, so let's do it. This is multiple, okay? So, to construct emotion focused and problem focused, you need to remember which item belong to emotion focused. ACE-JI is emotion focused. And then BDFHJ problem focused. There are total 4 stages. Stage 1, correlate item with total correlations for emotion-focused copying items. So that is our stage 1. So we need to compute correlations for the emotion-focused items. Okay. To do this, you need 9 steps. Okay, as presented in this diagram here. Okay. So, all right. So, so let's do stage 1. Okay, stage 1. So how do we do this? So basically we repeat what we have done before, okay? But this time it is just for emotion focused. Emotion focused. Okay, so let's go the data. So stage 1, create correlation for emotion-focused items. Emotion-focused item, do this. Analyze, scale, reliability analysis. Quick reset button to clear everything. Reset. Reset. Now select emotion-based item, that is item A. Press and hold down Control, item C, item E, item G, item I. Those items represent emotion-based. Okay. Use Control to select non-adjacent items, then click this arrow. And then click Statistics. Check out item, check out scale, check out scale if item deleted, and then check correlation. Click Continue and make sure alpha is selected. And click OK. So you should get this result. You should get this result. Okay. So I will go to my, so after you do this, this is the result. And we get Chromback alpha 0.7. So it's pretty good. 0.694. So 0.7, pretty good. Okay. And then we have this item total. If you take a look at all of those coefficients, it's pretty good. Okay. So that means item ACEGI, we could use item ACEGI to create a new scale. That scale is emotion-based. Okay. So this is emotion-based. Emotion-based. Next, we create a new scale, problem-based. Okay, so basically you repeat yourself. Next, go to analyze, or this, the next is stage 2. We did stage 1. Correlated item total correlation for the emotion focused. We did stage 1. Next, we'll do stage 2. Stage 2 here. Correlated item total correlations for the problem focused. So this time, we need to use item BDFHJ. And this is the screenshot I gave you. So go to data, analyze, scale, reliability analysis. Quick reset button. quick reset button and then select item BDFHJ. By using Control, select B, BD, F, H, J. Click this arrow, then Statistics, check out item scale, scale if deleted, correlation, and click continue. Click continue. And then click OK. So this is our output. Cronbach alpha 0.5, not good. Okay, that means we have a problem in this category with problem-focused scale. Okay, because the Cronbach alpha is not greater than 0.7. This is our warning sign. And then, if you look at the total item, especially corrected item to total correlation, we have this item F 0.15, pretty low. Okay, 0.5, pretty low. So we remember at the beginning, I told you the result, we are going to reject emotion focused, problem focused. See, this stage we see a little bit problem already, stage 2, okay? Stage 2. And we have stage 3 and stage 4. We are involved in a calculation we learned from lesson 19. I would suggest we may take a break, 10 minutes break, okay? Come back at 3 o'clock. We are going to do stage 3, stage 4. And we are going to do, after stage 3, stage 4, we are going to reject problem-focused, emotion-focused. And we are going to propose a new 2 constructs. One is self-focused, the other is others-focused. Okay, that is after break. Let me check if I have question online. Okay, so 10 minutes break, come back at 3 o'clock. I'm going to stop recording. Do I need to stop? Yes, we have 10 minutes break.